Coming to you live from the Homestead in the heart of occupied territory, this is Ever Vigilant with me, Joe Prim. Thanks for listening, and thanks to those that listened last week and are coming back for more. I'm going to do another short podcast tonight. We'll do a brief overview of the open concept, where it came from, and the 6 points of that. But first, let's do a little update on the Homestead. Rough week on the Homestead. No more meat birds, and that doesn't mean they're in my freezer. I had a wily weasel came and wiped us out. All 15 birds decapitated. Nobody around here was really sad to see them die. You see, I was planning on processing them the next day, or at the latest this last weekend. So the weasel got to those just before we did. That was the frustrating part. Those chickens were with us. We fed them. We took care of them for 12 weeks. And to see them go 1 or 2 days before I was planning on processing them was a little difficult. Well, I've come up with a few ideas to protect this next batch, hopefully from this crazy weasel, if I don't get him first. We have another 15 meat birds on the way this next week. The kids are excited about playing with baby chickies again. We'll give this a second go-around. We'll see how it goes. We're not going to give in that easily. I could start out this podcast talking about bullets, beans, and Band-Aids. But you know what? Bullets, beans, and Band-Aids are easy. Click buy, click buy, click buy. I think it's more important that I start this podcast out with a foundation. And one of the most important things I think about preparedness is mindset. We must always strive not just to have another bag of beans in the pantry or another box of Band-Aids in the medicine cabinet, but to become better people. This will serve us in both the good times and the bad. The open concept was born through my quiet times and my prayer times for wisdom and direction, and I would like to share it with you. I'm going to briefly hit on all 6 points in this podcast, and then in the next few podcasts, I'd like to delve a little bit deeper into each one. The first thing needs to be open is our mind. We need to open our mind to new truths, new ideas, and to question things. I believe that any of the beliefs that we have, if we put them to trial by fire, those beliefs that we still hold at the end of that will be beliefs that we believe in completely and totally. We will know why we believe in them versus beliefs that we hold because our friends hold them or our parents held them or our pastor holds them, that they will then be our beliefs. We need to open our eyes. We need to see what's going on around us, both as in situational awareness, like maybe not playing Pokemon Go near a cliff or while you're driving your car, but also to see the beauty all around us, the bees buzzing, the flowers growing along the roadside, all the things that we take for granted in our busy lives because we're so busy staring at a phone screen that we're not even seeing or noticing the beauty that surrounds us. We need to open our ears to listen and not just hear what people are saying, but to listen. I think there's a big difference between listening and hearing. And I know myself that I hear a lot of times what my kids are saying, but I don't spend a lot of times listening. And that's definitely something that I need to work on. We need to open our mouth. We need to speak the truth and encourage others that need encouragement. We need to open our arms to meet new people, to make new friends, to meet people and get to know people that we normally wouldn't get to know or wouldn't associate with. And then the last one here is we need to open our hearts to those that we love and those that we care about and let them know the real us and get to know people on a much deeper and much, much more personal level. So those are the 6 points on the open concept. I want to leave you with 2 questions this week. What do you live for, and what would you die for? And you can hit me up with the answers to that on Twitter, on the Ever Vigilant on Twitter, or on my email at evervigilantpodcast@gmail.com. I would appreciate any comments, negative or positive, on how I can improve this podcast and make it a little bit better for everybody. Thanks for listening.